Next guest was in the room, by the way, for Chairman Powell's testimony, North Carolina Congressman Robert Pittenger. He joins me right now. It's good to see you, Congressman. What do you think? This is, the first time Jerome Powell was there testifying before Congress. How would you grade him?
Well, I think he was very open with us. We asked him, I did particularly, about the transparency of the Fed and for more openness and transparency about what they're doing and how they operate. He understands the need to normalize interest rates, to address our balance sheet at $2 trillion and normalize that. So I think he has a good understanding of the challenges of the Fed. We certainly have a good economy right now, but we don't need to allow the policies of the Fed to contribute to a possible recession.
Right. One of the criticisms, Congressman, about the Fed is that it responds too quickly to what markets are telling it. And that's why, we used to have the taper tantrums and the market would go way down. And we saw this recently on expectations of a better economy. So we've lived in this Alice in Wonderland kind of world where everything's upside down and good news is bad and bad news is good. I mean, one of the reasons the market went higher today is we didn't get a 4 handle on the GDP print. We didn't get 5.4% as the Atlanta Fed had predicted. Don't we need to, however, resume some kind of normalcy? And isn't it refreshing to see a head of the Federal Reserve who's saying, okay, no, I'm not going to just react to whatever markets are doing. I'm going to look at the fundamentals of our economy.
Sure, we need an open free market policy, a controlled markets of what they've done. We need consistency. We need to understand, like a Taylor rule, predictability. And I think what the chairman understands today is that open and free markets work. And let's not impose Fed policies in to try to interdict with how markets can correct themselves.
Gosh, I haven't heard that in a while. I think it's encouraging to see that. So often you get these academics in there that figure they can tinker away, and they get so worried about any downside in the market then translating to downside in the economy. And in some ways, the market and the economy are slightly divorced. They're not a perfect correlation. Let me get to the Jeff Sessions news now. What is your take on this? The president criticizing our attorney general for putting Inspector General Horowitz in charge of this investigation into those FISA warrants.
Well, the president's entitled to his opinion, and I would respect that General Sessions said what he needed to say. He's going to fulfill his obligations under the law and the responsibilities under the Justice Department. And I think both are compatible statements.
Is Inspector General Horowitz the right guy to lead this?
Well, I don't know much about him. I'm not really in a position to speak to that end with any measure of true understanding.
Does it bother you that he was a President Obama appointee?
Well, it's always somewhat troubling when you understand somebody's perspective as they come in to do their job. I think at the end of the day, we want people to abide by the law. Certainly we have seen how some people have gotten disqualified in the FBI and the Justice Department who have come in with a political agenda. And we trust that that's not true for him.
Congressman, it's good to see you. Thank you very much.